Asked about a problem already, number 55. This is the section where they say simplify the expression. I think what makes these so hard is that there are many ways to simplify things. How do I know which direction to go in? I would just say, for that reason, maybe these are not the best problems, because there are a lot of things that could be done. Here's one approach that could have been taken. You probably noticed some commonality between what? Well, first of all, do you see that there are two gigantically fat terms up here? All separated by a plus sign in between. So you got this big old thing and this big old thing. Is there anything in common between the two? And notice they both have a what? An x squared plus 5 to some power, and they both have a 3x minus 2 to some power. So one approach that can be taken is to factor those common things out. Well, what can you take out? Remember, you want to pick what? The lowest of the two. So for example, for x squared plus 5, there was a 1/2 exponent over here, and there was a negative 1/2 over here. The lowest of the two is negative 1/2, so I chose to use that when I removed it. And for the 3x minus 2, there was a 1/2 and a 1.5. So we took out the 1/2. And what's left? Use braces, brackets so you can see. Well, what times something to the negative 1/2 comes out to something to the positive 1/2? And the answer is, I got to add on something to the 1 power. Hence, I have x squared plus 5 to the 1 power here. And anyway, I don't know how much detail you want me to go through, but now after you get all of that factored, then I just, and by the way, this is just laziness. I should have probably copied them. Down here, I just brought together some things in the bracket. Like here, what's 3/2 times 3? 9/2. And over here, what's 1/2 times 2x? It's just x. And then what is x times 3x minus 2? Could I have gone further? Sure. You know, that's another problem with simplifying. When should one stop? How do you do it? There is no simple answer. Or like if we just put maybe that yeah, I could have started by putting this in its own little denominator, and that would have been a whole different approach to the problem. Then I would have probably been spending time adding fractions, and I think the thing that should have kind of whacked you between the eyeballs on this one, though, is that when you have like two terms, the first thing I think you should look for is, are there any common factors? I would just say that's a top priority, and in this case, yeah, there were two things that should have struck you, and so if you ever see that, I would say go with it. That's your first step, and it's probably easier than doing all the denominator stuff. So, you know, these aren't the best questions because they're not as quite of a, what should I say? So you don't have to sit there spending a